Stoics versus Jesus of Nazareth. In the vast fabric of time, where history and philosophy intertwine, two luminaries emerge that even today illuminate our path in the search for meaning, truth, and serenity. This is an odyssey that takes us to the ancient streets of Athens, where a school of thought was born that embraced logic and reason as beacons to virtue and happiness. We talk about Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches the power of self-control, the importance of living in accordance with nature, and the pursuit of a life marked not by what we possess, but by how we respond to what life presents to us. And then, crossing seas and centuries, we find ourselves on the dusty paths of Galilee and the bustling streets of Judea, where the son of a carpenter from Nazareth began to preach a message of unconditional love, forgiveness, and hope. This message, born in the heart of the occupied Roman Empire, would not only challenge the established order, but would also become the cornerstone of one of the world's greatest spiritual traditions. We hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you like what you see and want to keep discovering more, remember to subscribe to our channel. Doing so is a great way to support us, and make sure you don't miss out on future posts. Also, if you have comments or suggestions, we would love to read them below. Thank you for being part of our community, and don't forget to like if you are enjoying the content. Although separated by centuries and conceptions of the cosmos, Stoicism and the teachings of Jesus converge in their search for virtue, meaning, and a life in harmony. Both invite us to look beyond external circumstances and find strength, peace, and purpose in internal values. Today we will explore these two paths to enlightenment, discovering not only their historical and philosophical roots, but also their resonance in our lives today. What can we learn from these ancient masters in our contemporary quest for a full and happy life? In the teachings of both Marcus Aurelius and Jesus, we find a resonant call to introspection and the transformative power of the human spirit. Marcus Aurelius, with his wisdom impregnated in the reflections of his meditations, invites us to look within ourselves to find the strength necessary to face the vicissitudes of life. He suggests that this strength is not a matter of external circumstances, but of how we manage our internal reactions to them. It tells us about mastering our passions, not in the sense of suppressing them, but of understanding them and directing them towards virtuous action and the common good. Likewise, Jesus, through his parables and teachings, highlights the importance of living with purpose and seeking strength in faith and connection with the divine. It teaches us that beyond external temptations and challenges, our true essence and strength lie in the ability to love, forgive, and serve others with compassion. Both, from their respective philosophical and spiritual paths, converge on the idea that authentic power and authentic freedom are born from self-reflection, self-control, and a life lived with intention and purpose. This leads us to a deeper understanding that no matter what storms may rage outside, refuge and strength are found in the inner sanctuary of each individual. In this sense, true wisdom and strength involve a harmony between knowing oneself, controlling one's passions, and acting in the world in ways that reflect our deepest values and principles. The contrast between Stoicism and the teachings of Jesus reveals two profoundly different visions of the cosmos and our place in it. On the one hand, Stoicism, with its roots in ancient Greek philosophy, presents the concept of logos, a divine reason or organizing principle that impersonally permeates and governs the universe. According to this view, the logos establishes a natural order to which human beings should aspire to live in harmony, through virtue and reason. This approach promotes the acceptance of life's vicissitudes as manifestations of a predetermined natural order, highlighting the importance of self-sufficiency, self-control, and emotional independence. The teachings of Jesus, fundamental to Christianity, offer us a radically different perspective. Here, the universe is not simply a creation governed by an impersonal logical principle, but is the domain of a personal, loving, and compassionate God. This vision invites individuals to establish an intimate and personal relationship with God, where faith, love, and divine grace are fundamental. Through the teachings of Jesus, we are encouraged to see our lives not as mere exercises in accordance with impersonal logic, but as journeys rich in personal relationships and divine love, where every soul is precious and every act of love and compassion resonates with divine purpose. This duality of perspectives offers us two different paths towards understanding existence and our purpose within it. While Stoicism teaches us to strengthen ourselves in the face of adversity by mastering our emotions and aligning with the Logos, the teachings of Jesus open us to the possibility of transcending our limitations through faith and communion with a supreme being who offers unconditional love and redemption. Both visions, with their fundamental differences, contribute to the rich tapestry of the human search for meaning and connection in a vast and mysterious world. In Stoic philosophy, suffering is not an anomaly to be eradicated, but rather an integral part of the human experience that must be faced with dignity, acceptance, and a deep understanding of the nature of things. Stoics believe that by accepting suffering as an inevitable aspect of life, and by understanding that all events occur according to logos or universal reason, we can achieve a form of inner peace and resilience. This acceptance is not passive. Rather, it is an active commitment to life, recognizing that true power lies in our ability to maintain our integrity and virtue, regardless of external circumstances. Stoic teaching equips us to face suffering with a clear mind and an unbreakable heart, seeing it as an opportunity to grow in wisdom and strength of character. On the other hand, Christianity approaches suffering from a profoundly different perspective, offering a vision of hope and redemption that transcends the limits of earthly existence. Through the teachings of Jesus, we are presented with the promise of a new life that arises not only from the acceptance of suffering, but also from its transformation through faith. This promise of redemption does not ignore pain or dismiss it. Rather, it places it within a broader framework of salvation and divine love. Suffering, then, becomes a path to a deeper understanding of God's grace, an opportunity to experience His redemptive love, and the hope of a renewed existence. In this context, the Christian faith offers deep consolation and renewed purpose to those facing adversity, ensuring that even in the darkest moments, there is a light of hope and a future of peace and fulfillment. Both Stoic and Christian perspectives offer valuable routes for navigating the often difficult terrain of human suffering. While Stoicism calls us to find strength and serenity within ourselves and in our alignment with the natural order, Christianity invites us to seek solace and redemption in a transformative relationship with the divine. Although their approaches differ, both traditions teach us that, in the face of suffering, there are paths to wisdom, peace, and ultimately a deeper understanding of our own humanity. Different examples of how these ancient principles continue to be relevant and transformative in the modern world. A firefighter in the heat and chaos of a fire, where every second counts and the risks are high, thinks, in the midst of the flames, panic is not an option. I have learned, inspired by Stoicism, to stay calm, focusing on the present and making clear decisions under pressure. This serenity not only protects me, but also those I am trying to save. The social worker. Every day I meet people who are suffering, and my faith teaches me to see Christ in each of them. Love of neighbor, for me, means offering not only material assistance, but also understanding, hope, and a compassionate ear. It is the foundation of my work and what drives me to keep going, even on the most difficult days. The entrepreneur. Stoicism reminds me of the importance of virtue over material success. I strive to make decisions that are not only good for business, but also fair and beneficial to the community and my employees. Satisfaction long term, I think, comes from knowing you've done the right thing. The nurse. In every patient I see a human being who deserves love and dignity, regardless of their situation. My faith gives me the strength to face pain and suffering, and to be a source of comfort and hope for those close to me. Care. I believe that through compassionate care, I am living the principles of the gospel. In our era of uncertainty, these ancient principles continue to offer light, guiding us toward a life of greater purpose and compassion. Despite the vast temporal distances and cultural differences that separate us from the ancient schools of Stoic thought and the teachings of Jesus, both continue to offer profound perspectives that resonate with our contemporary struggles, aspirations, and questions. Wisdom, love, and resilience, central themes in both Stoicism and Christianity, have not lost their relevance. In fact, they may be more relevant now in our complex, fast-paced world than at any other time in history. Wisdom, understood not only as knowledge but as the practical application of this knowledge to live a good and virtuous life, is a call to reflection and continuous learning. It invites us to look beyond the superficial distractions of daily life to what truly matters. In a time where information is abundant but wisdom is scarce, Stoicism and the teachings of Jesus offer us a compass to navigate the complexities of human existence with integrity and purpose. Love, especially in its most altruistic and compassionate form, is another fundamental pillar. In a world often divided by hatred, prejudice, and indifference, the call to unconditional love for oneself and others remains a revolutionary act. It is a reminder that, at the heart of the human experience, the ability to love and be loved is what gives us the greatest joy and satisfaction. Resilience, the ability to face adversity and emerge stronger from it, is perhaps one of the most valuable gifts that these traditions can offer us. In an era of constant change and challenge, learning to accept what we cannot change and to persist with dignity and hope in the face of difficulty is an essential skill. Stoicism and Christianity, each in their own way, teach us that suffering can be a source of growth and transformation. Thus, in our personal search for meaning and purpose, the teachings of Stoicism and Jesus invite us to explore depths beyond the hectic surface of modern life. They encourage us to ask, to search, to love, and to persevere. In its timeless wisdom, we find echoes of our own struggles and aspirations, reminding us that, despite the centuries that separate us from these teachings, the answers to many of our deepest questions have already been articulated. In this dialogue between past and present, perhaps we will discover that these ancient voices still have much to teach us about how to live rich and meaningful lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you like our content and want to stay up to date with the latest news, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you join our growing community and help us continue creating content that informs, inspires, and entertains you. Click the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss anything. We appreciate your support. See you next video.